The song is Slave to Love, and that's Mickey Rourke with Kim Basinger. It looks like your ordinary movie love affair, but it isn't. Not in 9.5 weeks. One of the new movies we'll be reviewing this week.
Let me use it.
A strange sexual obsession that lasts for 9.5 weeks.
You're taking a hell of a lot for granted, aren't you?
Am I?
Well, either that or you're practicing to be a maid at the Holiday Inn.
Our next movie is named 9.5 Weeks, and it tells the story of a man named John and a woman named Elizabeth who meet by accident one day and get involved in a strange love affair, a sadomasochistic relationship in which he tells her what to do and she does it. At first, their relationship is just a harmless game, sort of a sophisticated Manhattan flirtation, as in this scene, which takes place on a houseboat not long after their first meeting.
Blood on the leaves and blood at the...
It's Billie Holiday.
Black bodies swinging.
What do you do?
In the southern...
I buy and I sell money. Some people call it arbitrage.
What do you call it?
I call it a living.
So you sleep with your telephone under your pillow?
No, I don't do that. I used to do that. I don't have to do that now.
But your business is very risky, isn't it?
Well, it's not any riskier than you coming here. Coming out here where there's no neighbors around. I mean, we hardly know each other. I mean, I don't know you. You really don't know me. I mean, there's no taxi cab waiting on the curb. There's no phone booth outside. There's no one to hear you if you called out.
She becomes fascinated by this guy and wants to find out more about him. So one day when she's alone in his apartment, she goes through some of his stuff, and that doesn't please him one bit.
I didn't think you'd be here. Why'd you do that?
Sorry.
You've been a very bad girl, Elizabeth. I want you to face the wall, and I want you to raise your skirt, because I'm going to spank you.
You are kidding.
I'm not kidding.
She begins to realize by the end of this movie that he may not place any limits on his own behavior. Mickey Rourke and Kim Basinger are the stars of the film, and I thought they created a very effective relationship, especially considering that one of the rules of their game is that they remain sort of strangers to one another. Despite all the publicity about 9.5 Weeks, which is supposed to be the most scandalous major movie in 15 years in Hollywood's history, it isn't really a very shocking movie. It's sort of soft-core, soft-focused sexuality, but some of the scenes I thought were very erotic. And there's another thing I liked about the movie. Unlike The Hitcher, which is completely amoral, this movie does arrive at definite conclusions about the behavior of its characters.
Well, it's better than The Hitcher, but that's like saying it's in focus. I mean,
Okay.
I didn't think much of the film, Roger, and here's my problem with it, basically. I thought his character was a complete jerk. I think she's a very bright actress, Kim Basinger, and very interesting to watch. And I think that as I watched her, I believe that she could spot him earlier than she does spot him in the movie. So in other words, I thought the movie at a certain point was a lie and turned into basically a music video of sex games.
Well, first of all, the movie is about her. She is the central character. She's on the screen twice as much as he is.
That's
He is
right.
supposed to be, if not necessarily a jerk, then at least a mystery. A person who really doesn't let her know anything about himself until it's too late.
But
I found it interesting that this movie was willing to go into the mind of this woman and show her experimenting with these things, and then her own self-respect provides her with a cutoff point, and she says, no further,
Right.
that's where I stop. And
Yeah,
I found, seeing this movie within a 2-day period after seeing The Hitcher, the two of them are both, a lot of people won't spot this, are both about the same thing, and 9.5 Weeks is a lot more humanistic.
Yeah, but Raj, again, comparing it to The Hitcher is not a compliment to this film at all. I'll compare this to another film and show you how bad I think the film is. I'll compare this to Last Tango in Paris, which is also about people, strangers entering a relationship in a closed room, and it's about real pain and real people and real characters. And Last Tango in Paris is the film on this subject.
But you're
the
doing
definitive film on this subject.
Well,
this is trash.
I mean,
compared
it's
to it.
very easy to bring in one of the greatest masterpieces of all time.
Good, I just
find
did
this
it.
week's movie isn't that good. I think
you brought in one of the
comparison is much better because
you brought one in one of the lousiest movies of all time.
I think that my comparison was more appropriate. Another split decision on 9.5 Weeks, the offbeat sex drama with Mickey Rourke and Kim Basinger. It didn't turn Gene on, but I found it provocative. And